both got massive smiles on your faces. Jay, I'll start with you. What kind of honour is this?
Oh, it's a massive honour. It's been a dream of mine since I was a little kid to one day run out and captain a footy team. So massive honour to be captain of this great footy club.
And Luke, you've been a lifelong North supporter. Your family's pretty intrinsic to the club, so to be able to captain it, what does that feel like?
Yeah, as Jai said, just an unbelievable honour. I said to the boys, all I wanted to do was play one game for the club that Dad obviously played for, and to now be co-captain alongside Jai. To be honest, hasn't really sunk in. I think it'll sink in, when the games start, but yeah, just extremely honoured and excited because it's a really exciting time at the club with all the new acquisitions. So just can't wait to get into the games and get into the thick of it.
How did your dad react when you told him the news?
I don't know if you guys have seen the video of when I got my first game and I told him and he gave me absolutely nothing. It was similar. I called him up and I thought I'd get a bit of a reaction, but he didn't give me much. But no, my mum and my sisters, they were really proud, and Dad was obviously proud, but he always just tries to keep it low profile. But yeah, it's just really exciting for the family, and yeah, they were just really proud of me.
What sort of leader will you be, and you too, Jai?
I think that's something that is going to develop over time, but I see myself as someone who really tries to bring all the boys together and create that energy within the group, and obviously drive really high standards. So yeah, certainly not a finished product, and that's why I'm so lucky to be doing it alongside Jai, and we're so lucky to have Jack still at the club to help us out. So we've got a lot of great resources around us, and yeah, just want to keep developing and being the best leader I can be.
Yeah, very similar. Got a lot to learn still. I think we complement each other really well. As you can tell, Luke, you can talk underwater at times. Something I'm not great at all the time, but I want to lead from example. Drive standards out in the track, and especially on game day.
Can you talk to the decision behind the co-captaincy? Was it a joint vote? Did you just both top the vote, or what did it go?
Yeah, so we had a player vote I think last week, early in the week, and yeah, Jaiza and I were just right up the top. I think we were split by one vote, so it was yeah, it was. I think it's something that ever since we were co-vice captain, we've always been really trying to help drive the group, and we've always done it together. And Clarko and Toddy were really keen for us to do it co, and yeah, I couldn't think of anyone else I'd want to share this role with. So that is the thing. We are really good mates, but we also, I think that friendships build on like respect and driving each other, and yeah, couldn't be more excited to be in the position.
Who'll go to the first coin toss?
We might have to do a coin toss for the coin toss. But yeah, we'll see.
We'll work that out when it gets to it.
Have you seen the standards this summer? You were just mentioning it before. It's been an improvement on last year in a lot.
Yeah, I think it's definitely changed a lot. With Clarko coming on board, we've just got so much to learn. He's brought a couple of good guys with him, in Todd, even Pup coming across, or Liam Shields coming across from Hawks as well. He's really driving the standards, and yeah, it's definitely on the way up, and we're improving each day.
What specifically is that though? What's an example of improvement?
Just small things of just like, when we're out on the track together, all getting off to the side, getting a drink together, waiting for everyone to finish, and then getting back to the coaches together. Just small things. It's just going to help bring us together.
Seems as though comparative to last year, you're a lot more vocal on the training track as well, even though it's early days. Is that something that Clarko's instilling in you to kind of drive the way, or is it just because you're all happy to be here?
I think it's both, but even the acquisition of Josh Gibson, he's played in 3 premierships at Hawthorn, and that's something he's been really driving amongst the backline with John Blakey. So the reality is, when you look at all those really good sides, they're really vocal, and not just talking for the sake of it. So yeah, it's something we're really trying to drive, especially because we are such a young group. The quicker we can get more responsibility on younger guys, the quicker we're going to climb up the ladder. So yeah, that's certainly a major thing we're focusing on.
And Clarko's really in the thick of it. He's pretty hands-on as a master coach.
Yeah, he loves it being out in the track. He's a funny coach. I didn't expect it coming in. I didn't think he'd be so funny. I was more expecting a serious side of him, but so far it's really good.
Is there any standout Clarko story yet in his time here? Anything weird?
Anything weird? Oh, well, I don't know, it's a funny story, but literally day one, the footy department's always had a big wall put up, and we're sort of almost like hidden, like it's secret business. But day one, when you got in the club, he's like, that wall's going down, and now the footy department's in the middle of the club. So I feel like we're really building towards being that one club where we're literally having our meetings in front of everyone. So we've got admin staff, we've got people visiting, walking through, and yeah, it's just a great feeling around the club that it's not just a footy department, it's everyone's all together. And I feel like it's something that a lot of clubs aim to have, that one club with the AFL men's and W and everyone else, but it's something that we're really starting to live, and that's been driven by Clarko.
He didn't put his hand through the wall, did he?
No, I don't think so. I wouldn't say that.
And another one, who are you going to use as a sounding board for your leadership? You said you've got a bit to learn. Will you give someone a call, one of the older boys, or Joel Selwood, or have you thought about who you're going to use to improve your leadership?
Oh, well, we're lucky that Jack's still here, and Clarko obviously has worked with a lot of really strong leaders, so we've got no doubt that we'll be using that. But to be honest, I haven't given it too much thought yet, and we only found out last week. So yeah, it's certainly something that we've got to give a bit of thought. But at the moment we're just driving each other, I think, to get better. But yeah, we're lucky that we do have a lot of great contacts that want to help us out.
Do you feel a lot of pressure? It's one thing to be at a club that's struggling and sort of on the way down, but it's another thing to be the leader of that club and the face of the playing group. Do you feel that there's a lot more pressure now on you to turn things around here?
Not so much, no. I reckon that's the best part about being co-captains with Luke. We can really bounce the pressure, and we're going to struggle still this year at times, no doubt about it. We play AFL football. Every team is wanting the same thing. Everyone wants to win every week, and unfortunately it's not that easy just to win every week. So we're going to struggle at times, and that's the beauty of the game. We'll bounce back and we'll take the pressure on board, and that's why Luke and myself have been voted as co-captains. We've done it the last few years, I feel, and we're just going to take that in our stride this season.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's pressure. It's genuine excitement. There's such a good feeling around the group at the moment. I know every club says that in pre-season, but it's a really good feeling. The game plan that Clarko's bought in, everyone's bought into it, and we're learning it so quick. So there's just a genuine excitement and buzz around the club, and we're just so lucky to be leading the way.
Have you got your head around when you'll have to be like hard on your mates and have tough conversations, or are you like that anyway?
I think that's why we have been elected into this role, because I feel like both of us, we have got that good balance of, when it's time to sit down and relax and get around the guys, we do that well. But when it's on, when we're over that white line, it's on, and that's something that both of us pride ourselves on, but something we can certainly improve on as well.
Just further to that, then, have you guys had a discussion with Taron Thomas with everything that's happened?
Look, we're always there supporting Taron, so obviously, that matters. Of course, there's not too much we can say, but Taron's a great kid, and he's as talented as anyone on our list, and we're going to be there for him no matter what. So he's a great kid, and we're going to help him through this journey that he's on.
Good to see him on the track today.
Yeah, so good, and he's been doing a lot of work with the back line, and gee whiz, he's been super down there. So it's a big year for the whole footy club, but if we can get Taron out there for 22 games, we know that he's going to make a big difference to our side.
It's more of a new role for him down there.
Yeah, obviously he played more as a half forward and inside, but just shows that flexibility in his game. So learning alongside Aaron Hall, he's got some serious tricks, and it could be a real weapon for us off the half back line.
Cracky game's only a little more than a month away. Could you see Sheasel and Wardlaw getting a go early in the senior side?
Yeah, definitely. I think Harry Sheasel's been lighting up the track. Georgie's had a little bit of an injury cloud every now and again, so he's still getting eased into it. Obviously, it's a big step up coming from the under-18s into senior football. But yeah, definitely they've been very good on the track, and there's no reason why they can't.
Good to see Will Phillips up and about as well after a tough 22.
Yeah, this time last year he was absolutely flying. The first intra-club game he was best on ground. He probably would have had 35. So he's definitely back to that point now. So it's just about backing up session for session with Will. He's a great character, and he's really helping us drive the standards as a young leader coming through. So we just want him to have a little bit of luck. He was so unlucky with his illness last year, but he's someone with a serious amount of talent and leadership potential as well. So yeah, I think North fans are going to get really excited seeing the 29 back out there.
Just on the game plan, obviously teams are trying to kick more goals now. Is that what you guys are going to try and do on the Clarko? He's known to be a really good defensive coach, but the Hawks sort of struggled for a few goals towards the end. But the game's sort of changed, hasn't it? You've got to kick a few goals.
Yeah, definitely. That's how you win games of footy. So with that, we are definitely learning how to do more attack. Still doing a lot of defensive work because we've got to stop the other team from kicking goals as well. But definitely something we're training every day.
Last one from me, Luke. You mentioned your old man didn't give you too much. Have you had any messages from those other old shin boners, some of the greats of the past?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing when these things happen. You sort of realise how many people are on the journey with you that you sort of forget when you're going through it. So yeah, I mean, guys like Michael Ferrito shot me a message, and yeah, there's been a lot of past shin boners that have called Dad up and said how proud they were. So yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, Spud's always been one of my favourite teammates, so I always love it when he calls me.
Just one on the new sub rule, where you can be activated any time in a game. Are you guys in favour of that? How do you sort of see that working?
I haven't had too much thought about it, to be honest. Yeah,
I would have thought like by the end of last year we sort of used a bit like that anyway. You know, when people were coming off with sort of certain injuries. So yeah, I think it's fine as long as everyone now is playing it with the even keel. So, but as I said, it's something we haven't thought of too much. But no doubt when we start getting into pracky games, it's going to be something we're going to have to trial.
The extra run could be helpful, I guess.
Yeah.
In that sense,
Yeah, exactly right. I suppose it depends what sort of player uses that sub. So. Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't mind I'd probably rather have 5 on the bench, but so then you could probably play the extra ruck. But it's probably a conversation for another day.